Hi guys, PJ here, taking a look at the PC release of Alan Wake 2. Bit of a controversial game in that it's meant to be very hard to run, struggling to run it on an array of systems, depending on how much you push. Well, we're trying it out on an RTX 2060, and CPU is, and I have got to look this up, 9850H Intel i7, that's a Coffee Lake one, so pretty decent CPU, 6 core, 12 thread, does the job. 16 gigabytes of RAM, and the game is installed onto an NVMe drive and recording onto a normal SSD. So there shouldn't really be any, slowdowns. As you can see from the footage right there, there's quite a lot of, well, graphics options. They're pretty damn good, actually. We've got DLSS, etc., AMD FSR, and low ray tracing reconstruction with DLSS that you can see I've got it toggled on right now. It's pretty intensive. It does give the system, quite a hammering, as it were. Now, graphics memory, you're looking at about, for these settings anyway, 5.4 gigabytes. This is 1080p, but that's upscaled from an original resolution of around 720p. You can adjust it if you wish, but it's probably best to leave it on auto. If you turn all the ray tracing off, you're getting around 35, 40 if you're lucky FPS. You're certainly not going to hit 60, not a chance in hell. The CPU doesn't seem to have struggled too much at all. As you can see, they are pretty low readings across the board for all the cores, so it's not a CPU intensive game, it's a very GPU intensive game. Normal memory, we're running just over 10 gigabytes of normal memory in the game at the moment, so if you're still running 8 gigabytes of memory on your PC, sorry guys, it's past the time to upgrade. You're going to need 16 gigabytes on this one, to be honest. As for the aesthetics of the game itself, well, to be honest, it's that good that you're probably going to be happy with all the ray tracing turned off. So although the RTX 2060 has ray tracing, it's just not going to push the numbers, guys. You're going to be dropping right down to sort of 18 FPS. So I would personally recommend turning it all off and just playing the game, without it, with a mixture of medium and low, because even low settings on this game look really nice. They don't look a blurry mess. The shadows look good, the foliage looks good, textures are good, etc. So if we turn it on, what we got down to 16 FPS, and that's with it all set to pretty much low settings. So it's not ideal. AMD FSR, which I have tried on a completely different system, a Ryzen-based system with an AMD card. It does work, but it does tend to fuzz the edges of certain things, so bear that one in mind. It works, not as well as DLSS in my opinion from what I've seen, but it does fuzz everything and give everybody this weird glow around them. It's not ideal, so maybe that needs a bit more work, I don't know. This is running with the latest drivers from NVIDIA, so this has got the latest download drivers running, so it's got any boost that may have given it, sort of thing. Was it playable? Is it good? Yes. So I'm not here to review it, not at all, and to be honest with you, it's not really my type of game, but yeah, I mean, the story looks, well, as you can probably tell from the background images, pretty good, to say the least. The graphics are amazing, the sound and atmosphere is amazing. I will touch on sound though. From what I could see, again, this is only a stereo game. There's no Dolby surround sound support that I could see on it. Bearing in mind I'm running the PC version, console versions may differ from that, I don't know. Speaking of console, I am told that both the Series X and the PS5 version stand up really well. They look really good. So if you're thinking of going console because your PC's maybe getting a little long in the tooth, it's a good option. Obviously, it's going to be quite a bit dearer for the actual game, but yes, it's definitely there. So my advice is to run it like this. So in other words, no ray tracing on. And if you sort of pause the video and have a look, these are sort of my optimized settings for it. I've fiddled around with it an awful lot to get it to run above 30 and stay above 30. Because if you're not careful, you're going to start dipping down into 27s and stuff, even with the ray tracing turned off. So this is a mixture of mediums and lows. Ray tracing turned off, DLSS put on, quality setting, AMD FSR obviously off, and your render resolution around 720p upscaled. As you can see, that is without ray tracing. That looks absolutely amazing in my opinion. The face detail, the textures, the ground, everything, stunning. So really good game if you're into this type of thing, guys, and worth picking up on PC. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, and as usual, bye for now.
No tar.